Right, so how do I get such good results with endurance athletes and especially runners with their strength training? So I would say the main thing is coming from a sort of really qualified sort of strength conditioning background and having a lot of experience in it, sort of training people and training myself and so on and so forth, is a big passion of mine, and it's something that I'm continually learning and sort of experimenting in. So I'm just constantly getting better, and I make sure I keep getting better. So yeah, I've had a lot of success with endurance athletes, from elite swimmers, triathletes, Ironman, but most notably sort of runners with half marathons and obviously ultramarathons. So I would say big things, and big things that coaches get wrong, is not marrying up the strength training and the run training. So if you do both for an athlete, obviously you can do this a lot easier. But if you don't, and they've got a specific sort of running coach, you need to know what phase they're in with that running, because you're not going to put in a big high volume endurance strength training program or strength training block at the same time they're doing a high volume running block. So you need to know these things. So endurance athletes need top end strength, which a lot of people don't understand and don't do. They need stability work, a lot of single leg work, but they also need sort of weighted endurance work. And then they also need obviously downtime. So what you need to do is, when they're going through, say, a high volume running part, is you do lower volume strength training, but you can go heavier. So you can push the strength up whilst they're pushing their running up. And then at the same time, if they go on to like a maintenance running part, like block, you can then really push up the strength training endurance stuff. And then you also need to know sort of how tempos work, what you're getting out of tempos, because I think a lot of coaches and personal trainers will put tempo work in to people's programs, but they don't actually know the adaptations that they're getting or what they're trying to achieve. Obviously I understand that, and I put it all in a very specific plan and very specific sequence to get what I want to get out of it. So then my endurance athletes, my runners and so on are constantly breaking PBs. They're injury free, or a lot reduced risk of injury, a lot more stable, and just a lot more power. And yeah, like I say, PBs are happening all the time. So yeah, so I have a lot of success with endurance athletes, and it's almost become a bit of a niche for me. Not one that I came wanting, because obviously coming from a strength training background, but it's one that I sort of fell into working with a lot of runners and endurance athletes. And I think because there's such a lack of knowledge when you get running coaches, there's a lot of lack of knowledge with the strength training and the strength endurance side of training, that I've sort of naturally just come into that sort of space, and it has become a bit of a niche.